JSU defensive lineman Devonte Davis has entered the transfer portal, leaving a major loss to the Tigers. Let's talk about it, what it means for JSU going into the 2024 season after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell because we upload all the time. Now, Jackson State suffered a major loss. There's been a bunch of losses across the SWAC, but this one, the single biggest as far as individuals. And now there's been some other ones across the SWAC, like FAMU just completely, roster has got completely gutted via the transfer portal. But that's because they had a coaching change. This is a little different because Coach TC Taylor's back for year 2, looking to build upon last season where he had a positive win percentage. He was over 500, but they're looking to get back to a championship level. And doing that, you don't want to lose players like Devonte Davis. Devonte Davis, a guy who has been a linchpin in the middle for JSU for a couple of years now, and he has decided to enter the portal. Let's take you to his social media post. This is what Devonte Davis posted. He said, first and foremost, I want to thank God. Without him, nothing is possible. Second, I would like to thank Jackson State University for an amazing 4 years of my life. I can truly say that I call Jackson home. I would like to thank every coach that has not just coached, but helped me become a better man on and off the field. To my teammates, I appreciate y'all for pushing me to be the guy I am today. That being said, I'm entering my name in the transfer portal as a grad transfer with 1 year left, and that's major. I'm not going to act like it's not major. A shout out to Zach McKinnell. He kind of compiled Devontae's stats. It says massive loss for Jackson State as D lineman. Devonte Davis enters the NCAA transfer portal. Davis recorded 66 total tackles, 18.5 tackles for loss, and 3 forced fumbles over 3 seasons for the Tigers. He's a 2-time all preseason, all SWAC selection. This is major. Devonte, Jackson State defense was pretty good last year. That was the thing about JSU. Last year, they couldn't figure out offense, necessarily the quarterback. Their defense played relatively well throughout the course of the season. The Texas State game withstanding. I know the Texas State hung 77 points on them. Texas State game withstanding, they played relatively well throughout even the games that they lost outside of Texas State, and they gave up some big plays in the FAMU game. But outside of those 2 games, they played well. They had a good unit, and they were bringing back a lot of those pieces from that unit last year. They lost some to Jaheim Hazel, Tim Stewart to graduation, but they were bringing back Keeverick Wiggins and bringing back Jalen Hughes and bringing back different guys, Phillip Webb, and what we thought Devonte Davis, guys that were able to contribute and make plays on that side of the ball. But losing a guy like Devonte Davis, along with some of the other losses that they've taken via the portal, most of them being young guys on the offensive side of the ball. Bruce Mitchell was a defensive back, young guy. Noah Bouye, young guy on the defensive side of the ball. You had Isaiah Kendall, who was a freshman last year, offensive side of the ball. And then, of course, Seven McGee hit the transfer portal again, and it looks like this time he'll actually leave Jackson State. So those have been the defections, but out of all of those, this is the biggest one because Devonte gave you a guy in the middle that was able to help you run stop, that was able to rush the passer. As you saw, almost 20.5 tackles for loss over the course of his career. That's a major loss. Like I said, to a defense that has lost Peppers, lost Stewart to graduation, Hazel to graduation, good players to graduation, now losing a good player to the transfer portal. It stinks. It stinks, especially when you're looking to get back to championship level. See, Jackson State, I think, has found out the quarterback position. Jacoby and Morgan, I think, could have a very, very special season at QB as QB1 for JSU. But you still got to be able to stop people. You still have to be able to stop people, and you're looking to reclaim the title as SWAC champion. That's all you're vying for. You're not vying for just being competitive or vying for just being over 500. You're vying to be a champion, to make it back to Atlanta to the Celebration Bowl. And losing a player like Devonte Davis hurts. I'm not going to say it's completely detrimental. It just hurts. Can you replace that production? Can you replace that talent? Can you replace that veteran presence and leadership? A guy that had been in your program for years, a guy that has graduated from your school, doesn't owe you anything, but that matters. When you're bringing in a ton of transfers every year, it's good to have linchpins, guys that have been around the block, that knows the program, that knows the ins and outs, and that know how to get guys in line, that know how what Coach Taylor wants to run for this team, how this team is going to be orchestrated and manufactured and battle tested with the veteran leadership of a guy like Devonte Davis. Losing him to the portal stinks. Can you replace it? Is it something that you can't overcome? No, you can overcome this. You can very much overcome this. It will just take some work. It will take some work in the portal. It will take guys stepping up. It will take how good is your development program? How good is your scouting and recruiting? How good are you when it comes to talent acquisition? Because all of those things are going to matter to replace a player of his caliber. I'm not saying you can't do it, but you will have to be able to do it. It's going to be interesting though, because the Tigers, once again, they're not fighting for just the SWAC East title. No, they're fighting for a SWAC title and to make it back to Atlanta to redeem themselves after 2 straight losses in the Celebration Bowl. And last year losing out to multiple teams in the SWAC, something they hadn't done in years. We'll see what happens. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Devonte Davis has decided to enter the transfer portal as a graduate transfer of Jackson State University. Good, bad, indifferent. How do you feel? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JLightsy7. That is on Twitter and Instagram at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time. Peace.